Last breath, motherfucker.
We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
Let's have a debate. We can do it anywhere you want. Great American hip hop
debate.
Introduce them.
The real VSOP on Twitter.
Flush out, aka Candyman.
I am Burns. As always, chin up, chest out, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride. I am Burns. As always, chin up, chest out, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride.
Great American hip hop debate.
This video, man.
Oh, the video is right.
Video's up, yeah.
Yo, your video's paused, G.
Hold on.
Get your shit together. You alright over there, Black? Come on, man. You good?
Alright, let's do it.
You got it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Straight?
Yeah, man.
Alright. Vamos.
Letting the world behind the scenes into how we pre-pod. Anyway, welcome world to the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast, episode 24. To my left is Brother Black.
Hey. Yo.
To his left is Brother Harv.
Hey. Yo.
On the phone we got Brother Mook.
Poppin'.
aka the Candyman.
Poppin'.
I am Brother Burns. This is episode 24. Shout out to Brother F. Shout out to Straight Fuego Studios.
Word.
As usual. The crystal clear clarity for your ear penetration.
For earlobe penetration, baby.
Shout out to all the listeners on Spotify. Shout out to all the listeners on Apple Podcasts. Shout out to the YouTube subscribers. Shout out to the Breath Babies. Shout out to the Breath Moms. And shout out to the Breath Wives. Shout out to everybody checking in, leaving feedback, voting on the polls, dropping comments on the Instagrams. Make sure you're following the socials. At GAHHD podcast, at Last Breath Entertainment, at MDMA Lifestyle Brand, at Deadass _worldwide, at the Black Vault, BLACC, at FS DeBrazi, who's promoting a new book. We got to talk about that.
Can't wait for that shit.
At call me _Joseph _ at. You changed your at, right? On Twitter?
Yeah.
What's the new at?
I'm busy, don't at me.
I'm busy, don't at me. Twitter exclusive.
At the real VSOP.
Twitter.
Is that the real VSOP?
Yeah.
Oh, at the real VSOP on Twitter. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Thumbs up.
Chilling.
Our fans can't see a thumbs up. Oh, now they can actually. We're on video.
Duh.
Shout out to technology.
Now we good, baby.
Little fingers up.
Everything is everything, bro. I'm feeling marvelous.
Yeah. How's the baby doing?
Yo, beautiful, man. She's growing, getting big.
That's right. Last episode,
I was on Baby
when
Alert.
we left. Last
Yeah.
episode, you were on Baby Alert, correct?
That's
and
right.
when we left, you went and had a baby.
That's right. That's right.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Time came, and she came early, and thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you. It was a blessing. It was beautiful.
Blessings and amen and congratulations.
No doubt, no doubt.
Blessings to you and the missus and the wife.
Thank you.
Shout out to the newest addition to the Breath.
Zamina.
Zamina Rose, right?
Yeah, got my X-Clan going.
Right.
Breath babies.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. We're waiting on one more. Shout
That's
out to
right.
that.
Yeah, buddy.
Last episode.
The hat trick.
Word for real.
Haha, the hat trick.
Mook, I don't know. You sound low. F, does he sound low?
A little bit.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Last
Trying
episode.
to say I ain't low.
You too low. Last episode, episode 23, we were debating whether or not Jadakiss is top 5 DOA. This morning he dropped a wait, pause. Because we're gonna discuss that in Mook's current event. And,
Oh yeah. You can break it down.
no, but I have to give you a chance to play your theme music.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
So let's cut to
So-
Mook's current event.
Word, let's go.
Okay, so let's get into it. We'll do something else and we'll flip it, even though you was about to get into it. I want to get the bad news out the way. So
I hate starting with bad news.
yeah, because it's kind of fucked up how we always say that 2020 has been on a tear, kind of like a rampage through the world. A lot of stuff, bad stuff has happened. We lost a big icon in Kobe, and I had a personal death in the family, and there's a lot of shit been going on. It feels kind of strange.
Yeah,
And
2020.
lately-
2020.
Yeah.
2020 has been taking no prisoners.
Yo,
2020 is
it's
kicking ass.
That shit got a trigger finger, yo. Trigger.
Word, it's like fucking
so-
Southern cops.
So the itchy trigger finger now is basically the fucking coronavirus that has now taken a hold of the mainstream and is causing hysteria to the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And man, well, how y'all feel? And are y'all in any way worried, or are y'all in any way not worried? And if so, what do you see transpiring?
Yo, you want to take the lead on this, Burns?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Because I want everyone to take to look at the coronavirus from a different perspective, right? Because I've actually had multiple discussions regarding this topic recently amongst peers and friends and stuff. So the coronavirus is causing hysteria, and I'm no expert on the virus itself or whatever. I read that it's flu-like and whatever statistics here and there, but we often take the perspective of sheep, where we worry about something before it's actually affected anyone we know or anyone in our regions. We are consumers of the moment, and we go out and spend money in preparation or in defense against something that could possibly be affecting us. And I think this is the perspective that a lot of us have been taught
Fear.
from previous generations, right? So you feed into the fear. So what I propose is that we look at this from a different perspective, and we look at this as opportunity, right? Because if you notice, the stock market, for instance, went down. Not that it crashed, but it dropped.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There was
Like
severe-
record-setting drops, right? Out of this fear.
Yeah.
So what I propose is that we look at it from a different angle, right? So you wonder who's causing this fear to grow, who's promoting this fear, and who's going to benefit from that fear.
Exactly.
So using the stock market as an example, when it drops, that's when people with bread know that that's the time to purchase because prices are low on everything across the market because everything was down, except for two companies, and it's the two companies that are working on the virus, working on the antivirus or the cure for the virus.
Right.
So I think we, from an economical standpoint, need to look at this as an opportunity. And instead of feeding into the fear, look at how you can somehow prosper from this.
Message.
The stock or the value of fucking like
Vaccination.
not vaccination, the shit that be on your desk, the hand sanitizer.
Oh,
They've been
exactly.
selling out.
Yeah, that shit's like probably on back order and shit. I seen that somebody had a bottle on eBay for like $85. So these are people that know that there's opportunity in this chaos.
Wait till the supreme supreme hand sanitizer comes out.
So
I
I
just
just
create my own. You can make your own, man.
That's what I
Somebody
mean.
was telling me you just take like aloe and fucking alcohol, and you can make your own hand sanitizer.
so why not do that? You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to bring across is that we shouldn't be victims or followers of the fear. We should instead be opportunists, and if you happen to have something that you can make a move with, now is the time to make it.
Yeah, be proactive.
and hopefully you can prosper from this, whatever it is that is happening.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the interest rates on those home buyers.
Yeah, take advantage of anything you can take advantage of right now. There's like cheap flights and shit.
Yeah, because ain't nobody going nowhere.
Exactly. And but something that I think people are not looking into is actually purchasing flights for like months from now. You feel me?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because those got to be dumb cheap, and you got to figure like 6 to 8 months from now.
Yeah.
You know, it's either going to be one way or the other. We're either going to have moved on to something else, or this is going to be all consuming. You know,
it's either going to be all good, or it's going to be the zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. So
one of us going to be Will Smith.
You got to place your bets and shit.
It's gonna be this guy.
So that's my thoughts on the Roni.
The Roni.
What y'all think about the corona virus?
The coronavirus. Like I said, it's all fear, and it's all in preparation for them to turn around and sell you the vaccine, and everybody's gonna fucking get it and shit. And it's all an opportunity, just like Bernard said. There's an opportunity in there. So, and somebody's gonna take advantage of. Somebody with a lot of money is gonna take advantage, and they're gonna they're gonna capitalize on it, and they're gonna get paid, and that's what it is. Just like fucking SARS was gonna kill us, and fucking HIV and all this bullshit, man. It's all manufactured, bro. It's all the government, man. Yes. I don't want to get too deep, man, because I don't want the government at my door and shit, you know.
All right, so any more thoughts on that?
No, could we move on to another?
Let's move on to a more cheerful,
a lighter topic, please.
One last thought. I just drank a Corona tonight, and I'm straight, yo. I feel better than ever.
Yo, so you're gonna walk around with blood coming out of your nose? You're gonna be chasing your fucking kids around and shit? That's fucked up, man.
Shut up. What you talking about?
Zombies.
Anyway, it was the baby coronita virus.
You're a fucking coronita.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Good one.
Next current event is gonna be the release, or actually it was the release of the trailer for my new flick, Candyman.
There we go.
This is the remake, and it's being produced by Jordan Peele. It's being directed by somebody else though, and the trailer looked pretty tight. I always thought that the movie should get remade, and I think that they took like a dope twist, a dope spin. I hope they do it justice. I hope they do the original justice. That was always one of my favorite horror movies. That shit scared the shit out of me, my nigga. A black motherfucking movie monster. You know what I'm saying? That shit was scary as fuck.
Yeah.
So they one thing that I noticed that was hot about the trailer is that Jordan Peele, he's been doing remixes of certain songs in the horror genre. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, the last movie that just came out, Us, he did, and he dropped 5 on it, kind of like scary. You know what I'm saying?
I actually saw that the
And-
other day. I was because I've been off. I don't mean to cut you off, but I've been off.
Right.
You know, for my daughter's birth and shit from work, and I've just been sitting there watching movies and shit. And I happened to catch it and shit. That movie's actually kind of good though. It's way better than the other one, Get Out. Was
Get
that the
Out.
name of
It was better than Get Out. Really?
Yeah. It was. I like the
I
concept
haven't
of
heard
it and
that
everything.
yet.
You haven't watched it?
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anyone. Cause Get Out was such an original movie. You know what I'm saying?
It was
When
pretty
first
dope.
came
Get Out was
everybody
dope. Get Out was dope, but
Yeah.
I think I don't know. This one was freakier, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what they remixed on Get Out, but I know there was something that they want some hip hop track that they remixed on that shit. But they did on Us. They did I Got 5 on It by the Loonies, and then Candyman was dope because they did the Beyonce Say My Name. So like that song Say My Name, Say My Name.
Isn't that
And
Destiny
during the
Child?
trailer, they're saying Candyman. You know, that's the twist. I found it to be pretty dope, and I think the movie's gonna be pretty dope.
Nice.
Yeah, has anybody seen it?
Nah.
Yes.
I've seen the trailer,
Trailer
but
Bird?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I like that shit. I agree. I like what he did with the Say My Name.
yeah.
Candyman is like one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah.
I always thought it was dope. I remember
Nice.
y'all made a beat with the piano one time. You and Nice did.
Yeah, we called
the
it
piano
Candyman,
sample.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Jordan Peele, I like Us, and I liked Get Out. I
Yeah.
agree that Us was a little better.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was.
But I like everything he's doing. He's got a show coming out I want to watch. He's on fire, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a beast,
He's
man.
coming out with original shit, and what he's doing in this trailer, it looks like Candyman is possessing someone, and someone is becoming Candyman.
Right.
And that's I don't think that's been seen before.
Yeah,
or
it wasn't
before.
done in the other movies, right?
So that's dope.
It's a
you know?
dope twist,
something
yeah.
original, yeah.
Yeah, I like
something new on something old, I guess.
I like the fact that, you know, like Mook might have said before, that he was a comedian and he did funny shit with Key and Peele, and he's able to flip on some horror shit, you know. And I
Yeah.
think that's like a true testament of like his versatility and shit.
Yeah. Definitely a talented
Individual,
cat.
yeah.
Definitely, for sure. Looking
I
forward
agree.
to that.
I agree. And it's just funny because we've been fucking cracking jokes on that shit ever since we said it on the horror. I said it on the horror episode for Halloween.
I still say
horrorcore-
you're the Candyman, and they biting.
Yeah,
the
the
Candyman.
horrorcore hip hop. And I had just I've been watching Hip Hop Evolution that y'all had brought up,
Yeah.
and it did classify the
Watch
Ghetto
it?
Boys as horrorcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
yeah,
did because of
that's
Bushwick
why-
Bill's content, and even fucking Billy D too.
Yeah.
That shit
So
is
that
dope.
was a dope episode, and just like a dope new moniker that I adopted, and they flipped it. And then, just like you said before, when we was talking on the phone, they flipped my other AKA, my alias Bloodshot, into a movie right now. So I'm just on fire,
You are?
baby.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you're on fire,
You're
kid.
everywhere
I
right
guess
now.
2020 is my year, son.
Hey, Mookavelli forever, the
No
Candyman.
coronavirus for me,
Move
no
it.
brony for me, baby.
Nah.
Keep drinking, baby. The alcohol kills everything.
Anything
Perfect.
else
So then,
on anything else on the current events?
last thing, what you were gonna bring up. Last episode we did top 5 that are alive,
Mm-hmm.
and we broke down what we thought about Jadakiss's legacy, and we knew that he was gonna drop an album right around the same time that we dropped the episode, which we timed it pretty dope. I like that, and I haven't heard the album as of yet. It came out today, but I did hear one track which I already ripped that and threw it on the artwork and threw it on my social, which because I thought that track was pretty fly, and it's called "Keep It 100." I don't know if y'all heard it yet.
Yeah, I heard it.
What'd you think?
I heard the album. I heard the
Yeah.
whole album, so I've
Yeah.
heard the song.
Oh, really? You heard the whole album?
Yeah. I listened to the album earlier today.
Yeah, as did I.
What are your thoughts?
It's Jadakiss, bro. It's typical Jadakiss.
Yeah.
It's a three mic album, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to have a lot of replay value, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just another fucking.
To
Jadakiss
me, the
album.
best track is the one that he got with Pusha T.
Yeah, and I thought they had removed that track from the album.
Nah, yeah, they
I
kept
thought
it
it
on
wasn't
there.
gonna come out.
The one Headhunting or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
That's the best
He
track.
dropped it with who? I
Hunting
couldn't
season.
hear.
With Pusha.
Who he dropped it with?
Pusha T.
With Pusha T.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're supposedly rapping about killing rappers.
right?
Mhm.
Supposedly?
Yeah.
Oh.
To
Well,
me,
no, they
that's-
did. Yeah, because I heard, again, I heard the album. It's just
Yeah.
nothing memorable about it.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a song with Rick Ross on there.
Yeah, with Anamani.
Mediocre. I
Yeah.
would say even the Ross verse was a little not as.
It's
best.
generic Ross.
Yeah. And that's not to. I hate to sound like I'm bashing on Jadakiss. For fans of his and people who enjoy that music, you know, they're gonna like it.
Yeah.
They're gonna, you know, if you like what he does, he's consistent with what he does.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't change up.
Yeah, that's what causes issue with me is that he doesn't change up. So the album I heard today could have been released 5 years ago, and it would have been the same shit. Like I wouldn't have known. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think he just continues to lack evolution, and I wish he would. I don't know, just do something different. Even if it was something like do a whole album with Premiere, you know, just something where you're forced to kind of create a sound that you're not constantly creating.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause he
I
doesn't-
didn't have time to check it out today, but I definitely will be checking for it. And you know, again, we got to listen to it. I would say a couple of times in different environments, and I'm curious to see if you will feel the same once again. I know you got a curve that you grade on, especially for Jadakiss. So, but you know, we had that conversation with the Lost Tapes too, where you gave it like a super low score, and then you went back and you was like, it's a whole different album when I listened to it the second time.
Yeah, no, definitely possible. I'll listen to it again. I'll listen to it and see if the rating changes.
Bad. And then we
But
can
yeah,
discuss
everybody
it.
go check that out. Everybody go download it. It's called
Ignatius.
It's available on all DSPs. Everybody go download that. Shout out to Jadakiss. He is a legend.
And shout out to BK the artist.
Definitely. Shout out to the homie
Yes.
BK the artist. He did the cover
cover
art
art.
for the album.
That shit is dope.
Uh,
That shit is mad though. If anything, the cover art on it, you should dig, because I know you done stuff personally with BK.
yeah.
Burns.
I think it's
And you
super
too,
dope.
Hawk? Yeah, man.
Yeah,
The album
he's
is
nice.
dedicated
He's nice.
to Jadakiss's friend who passed away. I think his
Mhm.
name is Ice Pick Jones.
Yeah, Ice Pick Ignatius Jones or something like that.
Yeah, rest in peace to him. So that's the theme of the album. The artwork contains pictures and stuff. BK always puts it together in a dope way. Everybody go check that out and hit us on the socials and tell us what you think of the album.
Yes. Is it a cop
Yo,
or a
you
drop?
know what's funny? I had no idea that he dedicated it after his homeboy. So I'm like looking up Ignatius, like, because I've heard that name before. And I'm like, why would he like name it this? So I'm looking it up, trying to like, you know, get some back meaning on it. And was dope that I found out that the meaning of Ignatius means the fiery one. So I'm like, damn, I wonder if that's what he means by it. I thought, you know, and it's funny that he just happens to have dedicated after his homeboy.
He's lit.
But his dude just passed away. Is that what happened or what?
I'm not sure. I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Okay.
I don't even know who he is.
Right.
I did see Styles P shouted him out, and he put Ice Pick Forever, but I didn't know what that meant. You know what I mean?
They've shouted the kid
so-
out before, but I just wonder if it's that maybe he just passed away now and he just titled the album that. You know what I'm saying? On the strength.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they have shouted him out
Yeah,
before. Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
I guess he had to have passed away a minute ago, because that title been released for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but okay, but then that brings the question to me: why dedicate it to him now, though?
He passed
did?
away.
Yeah, because he just passed away. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, yeah. He
Right.
passed away right
He
around
just
the time that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. There you go. Yep. All right.
So yeah, man, that's it for me, baby. That's it for current events for this week. We can keep it moving, baby.
All right, cool. So this week's topic we wanted to discuss, and we wanted to list everyone's favorite, I guess, top 5 sophomore albums.
Right.
The lists are favorite, or it's what you think are the best?
Yeah, that's another question. Yeah.
Damn, that's a good question.
Yeah, do you want to make it favorite or like your best of all? You know,
You know
sophomore.
what? I think it's who we think are the best, and not necessarily in a particular order. Because mine are in no particular order.
Also, you just want to run off?
You always do that. Your lists are never in order.
Yeah. For many reasons, you know.
You're out of order, baby.
For many
Out of order.
reasons.
A Lizzie.
This guy.
My list is actually not in any particular order either.
Yeah, I got like 5 lists. So
You said 5 lists?
yeah, I gotta break it down though, cause I don't want to have the same names as
Okay,
y'all
guys,
do. So
well,
I have
technically-
so I'll just pick names and shit.
Y'all sound mad disorganized, though.
Don't be a fucking hater, man.
Yo, high tech. Why you always gotta get technical?
Alright, yo, could we get it started? Cause I'm ready, man.
I think we should. Do you have a top 5, Mook? Or you have mad
yeah,
albums?
Yeah, I got a top 5.
You have a top 5?
That are a lot, baby.
All right, then I want you to go first. Because I do feel a lot of the songs on these lists, or excuse me, these albums are gonna be repeated on a lot of on lists, which is exactly what I want to avoid.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Okay.
So we want it. How we gonna do it? Like, go with my last one right now, my number 5, and then we go around, or
I just yeah. Fuck it. I just I kind of want to say we should just eliminate some givens, but I don't know what's a given to someone. Yeah, nah. So you could go ahead. You could start. We'll just go from you. We'll just go that way in a circular motion.
Oh, of course you. Fucking guy.
all right. So number 5 for me.
Oh wait, before you start, 'cause, well,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're thinking. I wanted to discuss the fact that sophomore albums. Do y'all think they're tougher than the debut album? And have y'all heard of what's considered the sophomore slump?
jinx. Yeah, the sophomore jinx.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard of that, and at times it is tougher than your first album, because your first album you're fucking hungry or whatever, and you're going for broke, and you really don't have nothing. By the second album, you got a few things, and now you're risking some shit. You risk either going forward or going back to where you were. You know what I'm saying? So like, especially in a certain point in hip hop, like your second album could make or break you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your first album was a fucking, for instance, Nas. You know, his first album was a commercial flop, but a critical hit. And then his second album, he had to fucking make that album. And it helped, because look what it created. Then he went to be Nas Escobar and all that shit, and he made that money and shit. Like, he portrayed that lifestyle and shit. Like, he had to do it.
All right. Yeah. So let's start the countdowns. I agree that second albums I think they are often tougher than the first album.
Yeah.
Tougher than the first.
Yeah.
It just shows what kind of headspace the artist is. It's basically you. It won't. I don't say it will define you, but it will basically, if you can keep consistent in the second one, and then maybe even into the third, that makes you a top tier artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Because you can fuck up a little bit on the second album.
There's a lot of people
You know?
whose second album is bigger than the first album.
What do you like? In terms of album sales, or
in terms of in album sales,
critical success, all that.
Critical success, recognition.
Well,
Right.
Again, that's again, like, it's like saying, I always say The Godfather 1 and 2. You know what I mean? You can't pick one or the other, but people always say, yeah, you can't have two without one. But then part 2 is so fucking good. It's like just a continuation of part 1. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't think it'll make or break you. I don't think it will, because you could always recover and do the third album if I'll give you a perfect example. Of that.
Nowadays, now, but I'm talking about back then.
I think Jay-Z's sophomore album in my lifetime is a good album, but it wasn't better than the first, and it wasn't better than the third. You know what I'm saying? Because when he did Hard Knock Life, that album was all that. Now, it was a great album, and
but I think what you're saying is, I think like 90% of people will agree with that statement. That's not like a hot take. His second album is considered his worst album.
Yeah, but
it's considered his worst. But it was still
he was going for commercial appeal on the second one, though. Everybody knows
exactly.
that.
It was still a good album. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a great album for you to, recover and still keep doing your thing as a great artist. Even though I think it was a solid album.
Yeah, it's a solid album.
I did too. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I remember when I first copped it. I played it a lot.
It's just that his first and third albums are so good.
Yeah,
exactly.
And his third album actually is what propelled him to be where he's at today. And shit.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead and start your list. So these are your, Mookie. I guess, top 5 or your top 5 favorite.
Sophomore
top
albums.
5 favorite albums.
Yeah, I guess,
favorite sophomore album.
Nah, that's a lot of words. Just your top 5 sophomore albums. Fuck it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mook.
I bet. So you're not gonna cut me off again, right?
Okay.
All right. So number 5 for me is gonna be The Infamous.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I agree. I agree for many reasons on this.
That's a great one.
Now,
Thank you.
Check this out.
Let's go.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and debate this one with you, Nando, simply because commercially, The Infamous is their first album commercially. So therefore, where I was going. Hold up.
Yeah,
Is
what
that
does that
Hell on
mean?
Earth to me? I got Hell on Earth on my list because commercially, technically, that's their second album. Because
It's not.
Who's talking about Juvenile Hell? That album never gets brought up, dog. So technically, that's not their first album. Maybe on paper. Hold up. Maybe on paper it is.
Yeah.
But who's ever mentioning that or talking that shit? Nobody.
It doesn't matter.
I like that you say that, because I was thinking the same thing about Eminem, because when he did the Slim Shady LP, that's really his second album.
Correct.
To me, it's his first album.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
never heard of Infinity or
Right.
whatever that shit is called. So people put Marshall Mathers LP as a sophomore,
Right.
but with Mobb Deep is different because it was commercially released. I don't think Infinity was.
Yeah, Infinity
Right.
was more of a mixtape.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Whereas Juvenile Hell was an actual release. It was released on Payday.
Exactly. So I mean, if you slept on it or you
Fuck
didn't
outta
know
here.
about them, that's on you. You know.
Yeah.
What I
It
mean?
was a
But
commercial flop.
You knew about Juvenile Hell? Nando? No.
I learned about it after I heard about The Infamous.
Right.
but
Okay. But you knew.
probably
you
even
But
after
you know about it now.
But
You know it
You were
exists.
checking for it back then, though.
Yeah, I know. I knew it maybe about like mid '90s, late '90s that they had a album before Hell on Earth.
Right, but you weren't checking for it back then, though, right? Like when DK.
Nah, I checked for it a little bit, but you hear a single or two and you're like, yo, these kids, they don't sound the same, so you're not really gonna check for it.
Right.
Just like when I heard the Genius's first album, I was like, this shit is whack.
Exactly. But
But
still, that's his first album.
Wasn't what the Genius really. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But I think that Infamous classifies as
I still
sophomore.
debate that.
That's
Yo,
hard
what?
to
Chill.
debate, though.
What do you think about
Hold
the
on.
album,
Hold up.
That's hard to
Alright.
debate, brother Black, because that album counts. Like
Okay.
it exists.
Yeah, exactly.
In a retail space, it existed back then, whether we knew about it or not. You know, you can't not count a Teddy P song because you wasn't up on it when it came out, or up to 10 years later, or even 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? When you found out it existed, it existed.
Exactly.
So Mobb Deep's first album, although it's not a particularly great album, and it probably didn't see fucking universal release, it didn't reach, you know, all the parameters and shit. It was dropped. It was dropped on what, Payday Records?
Yeah, and you got to remember, this was when hip hop was super regional, man. Like, it wasn't like music travel like it does now with the internet. Back then, it was actual regional shit. So their hit was just a regional hit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was.
And they had a single, yeah. They had a video and all that.
Yeah, but it's not like you just said. It's not like they were doing a world tour of that shit.
Like I said, Hell on Earth is their second album, and that's the better one. That's the dope sophomore album, and I rock with that. I love it. Great
I
album.
ask you this. Black. Which album do you think is better between the two?
What, between Infamous and Hell on Earth?
Yeah.
Hell on Earth is a lot darker, and I love it. I fucking love it, bro. Like, I want to go shoot somebody listening to that album. The Infamous, I want to fight somebody, but you know, the other one, you know,
you straight want to murder, plot on somebody.
And then they went at Pac in that album, bro. Who the fuck? Who's
that?
Oh,
I love that song though. That's one of my favorite Mob songs of all time.
They went at him without mentioning his name, but oh man, yo, you just had to be living in the you know, during the era and the time. Yeah. What a time to be alive. Yes.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle book bags and all that shit. But anyway, go ahead.
Real quick, Burns knows my our homegirl Cindy. I went with her and a couple of my other homeboys out to the city to an album signing for Hell on Earth at Fat Beats, and them niggas ain't even show up. I don't know what happened. We went out there and something happened. It got shut down or something. And we was like, fuck. And Foxy Brown wound up having an album signing the same day down the block from the spot, from Fat Beats. And we tried to go see her, and then we couldn't get in. And I wound up seeing Redman pull up in a Lex coupe. And I never get, like, I'm never the type to be like, yo, let me get an autograph.
Right.
But that was my nigga, and he was from Jersey, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, do me a favor, can you sign this for me? And I handed him a Fat Beats card that I had, like the business card, and he signed it like the way he signs Redman.
Cormega and Foxy, okay.
Cormega.
Okay. F just showed us a picture of Mega and Foxy.
Word.
Yeah, okay. That shit was dope as hell. Yeah, same time frame.
That's dope. Yeah. So yeah, man. So that's a cool little story. But yeah, that's my number 5.
Thank you. Infamous. Thank you for Mook's memories and his number 5 pick. And his number 5
this
pick.
moment brought to you by
number 5 pick, which was
in fucking theaters worldwide.
Mobb Deep's The Infamous, yes.
Hell on Earth. I got you, kid. Appreciate you.
Classic album.
True.
Yep.
Alright, VS. Hit us with an album.
I'm gonna go with something a little unconventional, maybe.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm gonna go with The Real World by Missy Elliott.
What the fuck?
Hell yeah.
I don't recall The Real World.
Nah.
Get him out of here.
Shit, I don't remember the first one either.
No, the first one I remember.
Oh, I don't remember.
Nah, I remember
the
single.
Shit, you just reminded me of my missing album.
Missy Elliott had Hot Boys on there. It was she had All in My Grill with Big Boy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She had dope tracks on that shit. That shit
I remember Hot Boys. I remember All of My Grill.
She had the track with Eminem on there, which was dope. She had the track with Redman. She had another track with some other cats from Jersey. I forgot who they were. That Timbaland took a sample that I wound up using without fucking hearing the album first. I was like, I was so pissed, bro. Fuck Timbaland.
I think I copped that album. Now that you say that, yo.
That's a good album, yo. The beats are you know, Timberland, yo. You know what I'm saying? And he was changing the game at that point. You know what I mean? To me, that's a dope hit, sophomore album. After coming up, fucking Super Duper Fly, whatever the name of the first one was. Yo, she came off on that shit, and she had mad fucking dope features on there and shit. Like I said,
I
Beast
consider her
One
a rapper.
You know exactly. So I think, to me, in my opinion, that was a dope fucking left. You know what I'm saying? When everybody was going right, she fucking made a left and shit. She got it off on the second try. And made it like a steady career off of making that kind of music and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess that's a good pick. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that album because I don't recall it at all.
That's a good album.
Minus the songs you listed, those two. But I do recall loving her first album. And yeah, Missy always delivers. She had another album that was dope. In, you know, a few years later, it might have been like her fourth or fifth album. But she's always she always has the potential to deliver a solid project, especially when she's teamed up with Timberland.
Word.
So a good left pick. Brother Black, hit us with your number 5. So let's just say Hell on Earth is because you've already spoken about it. Let's remove that from your 5. Is that cool?
No, yeah, I'm not gonna speak on that.
All right. Also because it's the third album, but
Exactly, yeah.
Nah, it's the second, but anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's officially
Besides
the second.
fact that,
but
you know what? If I could just with you mentioning Missy and her second album or first half, only problem I ever had with them is that I felt that at the time she was watering down the game so much that, you know, as dope as the album may have been, I never bothered to give her a listen to the first or the second, to be perfectly honest, man.
Yeah. I'll be honest. At first, I will agree with you because at first, I really wasn't fucking with Missy at first. On her first album, I really wasn't fucking with her. It took me her second album. When she came out with that song with Big Boy, I was like, oh, shit. I paid attention. I was like, oh, that shit is dope. She got that off. You know what I'm saying? And then the other, I went to listen to, because I remember I was living in VA at the time when that album came out.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's right. You're a Virginia ass nigga. That's why you fucks with her.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Fuck out of here. But,
Hugo in the face ass nigga.
So go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Black.
And once again, in no particular order, dopest, the one, or better yet, one of the dopest sophomore albums, in my opinion, The Score.
$30 million albums worldwide. It made Wyclef. It made all of them superstars worldwide, but it launched Wyclef's solo career as a producer and as an artist, and he had mad success for like decades and shit. It launched Lauren's career, and you know, Lauren is
a mythical figure among hip hop.
11 Grammys later.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like the queen and shit. What they did with that album, that was like lightning in a bottle. That was like magical and shit.
That's shit. That's generational shit.
That's know what, all the planets aligned for that one, yo. And if you hear the album, you can hear it now, and you could just tell that, you know, they was just them putting music together to create something dope. But you could just see and fucking feel that, like I said, they had no idea or knowledge or concept that this shit was gonna be what it was. You know?
Were you up on their first album?
I was.
I was, but only singles based. But no. So with that being said, no, the actual album, no, I was not. Though I knew of them then. No, I was not up on their first album.
So, but you knew it existed though. The album.
Oh, for sure. Yes, I did.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, because people were talking about it.
Set things apart.
Right, people were talking about it, so therefore it existed.
Score was next level.
You know what I'm saying?
The Score changed the game on so many different aspects, and
big
that's,
time.
And launched 3 hip hop stars.
Yes. Yeah, matter of fact, his Praz had a solo career as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? And Praz was getting money, you know, on the low. He was just the one getting it behind the scenes, is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, that was Forte.
They made money, man. They made money off that.
Yeah, they all ate, bro.
Yeah, everybody.
Yo,
everybody, like I said, they launched 3 careers.
That Chinese store skit.
Oh yeah, loved it.
That's the other thing. They had skits on that album. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, yeah, and you know what? Something real quick. Now that you mentioned it, listening to the album years later, don't know if any of y'all know, but and it could be a coincidence, but if I'm not mistaken, that the same person that narrates the album, if I'm not mistaken, happens to be the mayor of New York, because I know for sure when I check the credits, it says narrated by
De Blasio?
No, of Newark, New Jersey. Pardon me.
Cory Booker?
Barack Obama?
Cory
No,
Booker?
Barack or Barack. I know the brother's last name is Barack, and it's the same name on there.
Oh,
so, and you know, the fact that it's a New Jersey, you know, New Jersey, of course, group, you know what I'm saying? It could just, you know, like it just.
It's possible. It's possible.
Okay.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's some shit that hit me years later. Like, yo, go figure. Like, damn, that could very well be the mayor of Newark right now, because it's the exact same government name. Same name, same spell, same everything, you know? Which I was like, oh, shit, exactly. Yep.
That's a good one.
She had the hidden track on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good album, man. The score was a fucking generational hit, you know what
Launched the
I'm saying?
career of Rod Digger, too.
It was between that and the Infamous for me. The Infamous and the score. I was going to say the score, but... You know, the Mobb Deep, you know, when they did Survival of the Fittest, man, you know, and Shook One's Part 2, I was like,
right. Yeah, that was a crazy film.
Right, yeah, that's why, yo, that's a dope first album.
That's another
kid.
one.
Ain't no, you know, no debating that, but all right, go ahead, Brent.
Here we
what
go.
You got?
Wait, what's the dope first album?
What you got?
This guy.
My bad. I was going over my list and I missed the joke. All right, so I have mad albums listed because I know a lot of these albums are going to get selected and spoken about, so I don't want to just speak about them repeatedly, and I don't want our list to
exactly.
clash.
Yeah, exactly.
So as we
that's
go,
why I went with Missy, because I know nobody was going to pick that.
Yeah, as we go speaking about albums, I'll go scratching albums off my list, and then I'll speak about the ones that remain that some people may know or may not know, but that I think are dope second albums.
True. Let me get that pen when you're done, please.
Truth that. So I want my number 5 pick actually to be an album that a lot of us know and love. Just probably it wouldn't have made your top 5 list. You feel me? So I'm gonna go with Pun's "Yeah Baby."
Nice. That was actually on one of my lists.
Me too.
Good shit.
Alright, fuck. See?
So good. Now you're good.
Chill.
I think I listen to the second album sometimes more than the first album. Although the first album is a classic.
Right.
I find them to sometimes be neck and neck, and I find the second album to be a little bit more, but only because I think the sound was a little more like expanded and a little bigger. I like that he had Tony Sunshine on a couple songs singing. I like that it introduced Rem. It had, you know, the single with Donnell, obviously that's going to get him the radio play, but it has classic like street songs. It's got the joint with the MOP.
Right. New York Giants.
Yeah. You know, Pun's a legend and rest in peace to him. So his second album, I think it often gets slept on or forgotten about. And that's my pick.
Great pick, man.
That was actually on one of my lists, so you got that off.
Yeah, but I can't say that it was better than Capital Punishment. That's why it wasn't mine.
But it was a great sophomore album. It was a dope.
Exactly.
Was it not a dope follow up to Capital Punishment, in your opinion?
It was a great follow up.
Because Capital Punishment was so dope. You know what I'm saying? That
you know what it is though. What you're looking at again is the grimy aspect of it, but yo, what Pun was able to do with that second album, those songs still ring bells, 100%. It's so hard, yo. Like he got.
Yeah, and I don't think you're comparing. Not to tell you how to feel because
exactly.
The therapist will tell us not to step on each other's emotions and respect each other's boundaries.
Yeah, get to it already.
So don't look at it in comparison to the first album because the first album is classic. You know what I'm saying? Just look at it as an independent album, or look at it in comparison to other second albums from
standalone
artists. You know? I think it's a solid album from start to finish. I think, and these are my opinions. You know, you have to feel how you feel.
No, of course.
But I think I just think it's a solid. It was album. A good follow up. It's unfortunate that we never got to see what the next
evolution
would have been.
Yeah.
I just liked where he seemed to be going with it. I think he got to like be funnier. Although on the first album he's funny, I just think I don't know, he was just goofy and shit.
Yeah.
But still
his goofy side.
Yeah, but still making like, you know, dope songs at the same time.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Rest in peace to him. Pun, yeah,
great
baby.
Fucking album.
And I'll put a number 5 on it because that was
man. That definitely cracked my top 5.
Let me get that pen.
Yeah, it didn't make my list.
Keep it moving.
But y'all go ahead.
Keep it moving, and I'll go with my next pick. It's so tough because this would be like my top, possibly, but the ones that are above this particular, because this is not my number 3 actually, because Yeah Baby would have been 4. My number 3, I love this fucking album so fucking much, the Sophomore album, and it's gonna be Nas's "It Was Written."
Dope. That's a dope pick. That's it's a
a
very dope album.
That's one of those picks that I figured it would have been on a couple of lists.
Exactly. Yeah, I was a whole that would have it.
Now, you know what a part of me. Sorry to cut you off, just real quick, fellas, just so y'all could put me on game because what I chose was who I feel had maybe a better follow up than the first one, but that's not what we're basing it on. We're just basing it on who had a good second album, from what I'm hearing, right? That's what y'all are going off of.
To me, it's based on, you know, exactly like what you think is a great follow up, what you think is a good second album, like, you know, even as compared to the first.
Right, because that's how I base mine, by the way. So if you're hearing me, fellas, I'm going off of the first one was dope, but the second one was wow, you know? So that's how my list is.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
So y'all know, right.
That's the way it should
be. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Right.
I mean,
it was written wouldn't have made your list then.
No, it didn't make my list.
Right,
for that reason. Right.
Yeah, because
which one?
No, that it was written didn't make my list because of the way I'm basing it off.
Right. Like in comparison to the first, right.
But if you're putting those albums at such a high echelon, upper echelon, you know, a high regard, that means that they're fucking classic albums. If they outdid the first one, then obviously, in your opinion, these are the best sophomore albums of all time.
Right. Dope as follows.
Yeah, what I did, it's not necessarily better than the first, but these are such high quality, in my opinion. You put these albums against any other sophomore albums, and they're gonna fucking shit on them. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Especially, it was written. You can't say it's better than Illmatic, but we're gonna go to the Godfather Part 1 and 2 argument all over again. You know what I'm saying? Or Goodfellas and the Irishman type shit. Because I don't think it's better than Illmatic, but there'd be times that I'd rather hear it more so than Illmatic.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah. There are times.
Crazy album.
There are just times that not necessarily you think is better, but you just prefer the album. I totally agree with that, and I think that does apply to this album. I think it was like a good evolution of Nas on a second album. And he still used, you know, it wasn't far off from the first album in retrospect. You know what I'm saying? It caught a lot of flack when it came out because it was such a different sound from Nas, and everybody thought he went commercial after the first single.
It was a huge departure, like what he was
but
doing.
he used some of the same ingredients from the first album, for instance, DJ Premier.
I Gave You Power.
So it wasn't like it wasn't like he went and fucking went Z100. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just the subject matter changed and
More money.
Yeah, he got a little more creative with the pen and shit. His storytelling evolved because
It was the evolution.
yeah, because he had money now, so his storytelling could be broader. And it's a different Nas, you know, like
Yeah,
he's
I
a
think
few
it's
years
dope.
older, he's a few bucks richer.
Exactly.
So
You know what?
It's just a different view now.
He had the heavy track masters influence.
Yes.
But I am a big fan of the track masters and what they do. You know what I'm saying? I've always been. I think that they do larger than life songs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and they produced heavily on that album, so that plays up the part that his sound had changed from that more just boom bap hip hop, you know,
Yeah.
New York sound to,
Early 90s, yeah.
a little more radio friendly
Mhm.
sound.
True.
But still, I don't know, it was still Nas to me.
Yeah, it was. It was very Nas. I don't know. I think that's one of the best follow-ups in history.
Yeah, another album that's arguably one of the better albums ever made. Period. You know.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, an album that most people would put on these type of lists.
Right.
All right, so let's move on to VS.
All right.
Dude.
All right. I'm gonna go with one of my favorite artists. Still to this day, whenever he released music, I still listen to it because I think he's fucking dope at what he does and shit. And I'm gonna go with Supreme Clientele. Yeah, I think, especially coming off of Iron Man with all rhythm production and shit, which was amazing, by the way. Trendsetting, fucking, you know, mind blowing, all that crazy shit. But Supreme Clientele was different, though. It was dope.
Yeah, man.
It was real dope. You know, he had varied production on there. And he was real versatile with it, and he had dope features on there. All his features to me were dope. Like, my favorite feature on there is Buck 50. You know what I'm saying? Where he got Redman, Method Man.
Redman.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's just a dope album. You know, anybody that's into hip hop and loves fucking Wu-Tang and all that shit, go check out Supreme Clientele by Ghostface Killer.
Yeah, I like that it seems to have more like of a comic book feel to it, like more comic book samples. Not comic book, like cartoons and shit, like more of the Iron Man stuff in between. In between songs and as the intro and shit. I remember the intro, the song they sang.
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Yeah, I think Supreme Clientele is an album that maybe would apply to Black's list. I don't know if it's on your album Black.
It's not on my list
But
either,
I
only
think,
because I feel Iron Man was, you know.
Yeah, I think sometimes I that's another one that I think is close or neck and neck with the first album, in my opinion. And at times it might even be considered better than Iron Man to me. I definitely liked what he did on there because he did expand the sound past the Wu-Tang sound. And I don't know, it as opposed to sounding like a Wu-Tang album, like most of them or all of them did, obviously, because they were all
It sounded like
so
a Ghostface album.
intertwined. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounded more like a Ghostface album.
Yeah.
Exactly what I wanted to say.
Very true. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Very
Alright.
dope, very dope.
He got that assist by the beat nuts on the one track. I
Yeah.
thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when the fact that he brought in all these other artists that were like not Wu affiliated or Wu related. Yeah, props to him, man.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
one.
man. Very, very grimy sound too. I liked it.
It was dope. I thought it was a fucking suit. It was and it was like when we were talking about the Purple Tape and Iron Man and shit. To me, it was just another evolution of Ghostface. He was able to do different shit. He was able to tell different stories and shit. To me, it was amazing, yo. Supreme is a dope album.
I always say that Purple Tape is as much Ghostface album that as Raekwon's.
True.
And
True.
it might be even like his third album, yo. Cause
Oh no, let's not do
yeah,
that.
Yeah, man, he ripped all 3 albums, dog.
Yeah, he did. He established himself on all 3 albums and shit. You know, to me, and Supreme, like I said to me before, it was is a progression of his lyrical ability and shit. I was like, wow.
You know what? I'm gonna have to revisit that one. I'm gonna have to revisit.
That's
Supreme.
a dope album, yo. That's a fucking. I would suggest you check that out immediately.
And once again, fellas, don't don't misunderstand me. Not saying that the albums y'all are mentioning are whack or anything. It's just, once again, I'm going off a different criteria. You dig? Who I feel had a tougher follower from the first. That's all it is. Not taking nothing away from, from Pun either. Because with Yeah Baby, it's a dope album, but just not what I feel was a better follow-up. You dig? So.
Yeah. Yo, Harv, I'm curious as to, you ever heard Ghostface say a line something like, drop the purple tape, Ray featured. You know what I'm talking about? I forgot what track he says it on, but I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm like, yo, it's true, because the purple tape is as much Ghostface as it is Raekwon. Like I said, we've argued that before. To me, he fucking destroyed fucking purple tape. He came through on purple tape.
Word.
He had the second best fucking verse on verbal intercourse. Besides Nas.
All right. So, Brother Black, hit us with your next pick.
Yeah.
You know what? And just because it's so obvious, I didn't want to take up space in mentioning, because we all know who's, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. We all know who's the illest. You know what I'm saying? We all know The Given. But, there's nobody that'll disagree that Life After Death was not the epitome of follow-ups. Can't nobody disagree with me on that, because if you do, you're talking shit. You're obviously a Drake lover. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But, Life After Death, brother, that's
next pick.
That's actually a really interesting pick if your criteria is based off
follow-up.
Because I feel, as much as I loved Ready to Die, I feel in Life After Death, because you could hear Biggie's progression, I personally feel it's a better album.
That's what I mean. So you think it's a better album than the first one?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do. Because look, because the first one, I loved Biggie, but the second one, I fucking like.
You worshipped him?
Yeah, dog. Like, so be it. I'll say it. I admit that. Like,
You idolized him.
Idolized him. There you go. I idolized the brother.
That's crazy.
Yeah, kid, and that's real talk.
My man went to Fairfax and Wilshire and put flowers.
Fairfax and Wilshire. I dropped a tear for the brother. Word is bond. That ain't no lie.
Yo, he really did that.
Yeah, I really did that. That's for real. That's real.
That's crazy.
They're gonna put something out there, as a matter of fact.
That's awesome.
Some sort of like museum or something.
They should have. They should have been did that. Keep it real, but
that's crazy.
It's not that Peterson shit. Not the
Peterson automobile.
Yeah, something else they're gonna put out there on that.
Word?
Block. Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite song on disc one?
On disc one, yo, you see, that's like picking your favorite son, bro. I can't on disc 1 or 2. I can't pick my favorite son.
I was gonna let you get a pick from each.
Yo, that's what it is. Yo, listen, I could put the album on from beginning to end, both discs. Though the second disc, one of them, one track or two may be a little hard to listen to, not necessarily a skip, but it's just what it is. I love the album, bro. I love it.
This one for me is I Got a Story to Tell.
Ooh,
favorite track?
Okay.
I'm just surprised that you would say it's better than the first album.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you.
I
don't know. For some reason, I thought you would think the first album was better.
Right.
But no, that's a great pick. That's probably a lot of people's number one picks.
Yeah, that's true.
Facts. That was my number one.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of the best.
But once again, guys, I'm not going in a particular order, so I'm not saying this is my number 4. This
cool.
is just
yeah. That's cool.
Yo, I fucking love that album, kid. Who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the top fucking 5 or 3 hip hop albums ever.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah, good selection, my
solid
friend.
pick, my friend.
Yeah. My next pick is Kanye's late registration.
That's a good pick. I had that on my list.
I don't think Brother Black has ever heard this album.
I probably haven't.
Nah, that's a good album. You should go listen to that.
The one I got from you, Burns, was what? College Dropout, right?
No, the Graduation.
No.
Or Graduation.
Yeah, I think that was the third album.
Yeah, that was third.
Oh, okay.
Late registration is classic, man.
Yeah,
what were the
late
singles
registration
on there?
had Gold Digger on it.
Okay.
The
The
Touch the
joint
Sky.
with Twister too, right? With Twister?
it had a song. No,
That was on the
Or
first
that was
album.
the third one.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the first one.
Well, no, because Twista had singles out at the time that had Kanye.
Yeah. so
Oh,
production.
could
and
that
shit.
have been
Yeah,
it?
it could have been it.
Yeah.
I think he had Self-Conscious on late registration.
Self-Conscious? I don't know. I don't remember that. I know he had a song with Nas.
Yeah.
The one that he got Stacey Dash in the video.
Oh no, that's first album.
That's the first album. That's
that's
All
the first
Falls Down. Yeah, that's All Falls Down.
All Falls Down.
Yeah.
No, the second album. I don't remember the singles.
It
Minus
was Gold Digger. It was Touch the Sky.
Oh, Touch the Sky had Lupe.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Gold Digger, like I said. The other one with
Flashing
the white,
Lights?
huh?
No,
Lights?
Flashing Lights was the Graduation.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
That one I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
it
a
had
dope
the
one.
shit with the white guy from Maroon 5.
Oh, with
Oh yeah.
with Adam.
What the fuck is
Adam
it
Levine.
called? I forgot. It was the first song on the album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heard Him Say,
Oh.
I think is the name
Yeah,
of the song.
yeah.
Heard him say.
Yeah.
Drive Slow with Paul Wall.
It had that
Yo.
shit.
Right. Okay.
That shit was dope,
It had
bro.
Diamonds Are
Are
Forever.
Forever. That was the big.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
That was a huge one.
I don't
Yeah.
know that
Hey,
I've ever
Mama.
heard or checked for that album.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
listen to it. It's a good
Mm.
one. It's a good one.
No
it had
one I got.
it had the bonus track with Cam on there.
Yeah. Common
Yeah,
was
gone.
on there.
Yeah.
Consequence too.
Consequence, Nas.
Nas. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
He had the Hey Mama shit when his mom passed away.
That's one of my favorite tracks of all time of his.
Yeah.
That's a great track.
It's on there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
All
a
the
really
shit-
good album.
Yeah, that's a really good album.
okay.
So that's your pick?
Yeah, I think that album might be. Although the I don't know, I guess it depends on the mood, but sometimes that's my favorite Kanye album.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dope ass
so
fucking
that's-
album.
That's a good. Yeah, Black, check that out, man.
Yeah,
I know
I
you
should.
like the
I
third
should.
album, but
Mm.
that one, I think even the second album might be considered like not grittier,
Mm.
but
But-
it got some like I don't know, some street tracks on it.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Yeah. Besides the ones that we actually mentioned,
Right.
there's some really good ones. Like he's got crack music on there.
More?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never.
He kind of shows his versatility.
The
on
shit
it.
with Common, I'm on my way home.
Yeah.
That shit is dope. The shit that Common spits, wow, that shit is amazing. So you gotta go check that out.
Word. I'll check
Shit,
it
I'm
out.
about to go check that.
That's a
Damn,
great
I
album.
forgot how
Everybody
good that
go check
album.
that
Yeah.
shit out. Late
I'm
registration.
talking about it, and I forgot how good that shit is.
That shit,
Oh.
where he talks about,
I think that's where he first worked with the producer that. that,
John Bryan.
Yeah, that would help him expand his sound.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And he brought in like the violinists and
Yeah,
shit
the orchestration
and the
and-
stringists and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Kanyeezy.
That's a
Late-
good
okay.
pick.
Late
That was on my list. That was on one of
Gonna
my
have
lists.
to check for
Let me
that.
get that.
Yeah, definitely you should listen to that, brother.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeezy No Cap.
Nice.
Alright, so most of my top 5 have been said already, so I'm gonna go with a monster album of sophomore albums that we all know and love. Another double CD, and that's gonna be Wu-Tang's Wu-Tang.
Yeah. They had Wu Wear, all that shit.
And they were still tight knit at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the second album, I think everything after that was when it really started to crumble. But That
So
They
the
actually,
man.
when they dropped Wu-Tang Forever, they actually had already 4 albums out.
Yeah, exactly.
At least 4 commercial albums.
Yeah. Classic album.
Not to mention multiple singles, Grammy-winning singles,
Yeah. Classic albums. Just classic.
duos,
Just classic
with
hip hop
groups,
albums.
with hip hop groups.
You know what? They were like six, 7 albums in, actually, Nando. Now that I did the math in my head, yeah, by the time Wu-Tang Forever dropped. Because you had
Were
Dirty's
they?
joint,
Yeah.
Jizza,
Oh,
Ghost
Jizza.
and Ray, the
Ghost.
first Wu
Oh.
album. Yeah,
Wow.
Meth.
bro. Yeah, kid.
Yeah.
So Ghost album dropped before Wu-Tang Forever?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
All them cats. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
yo.
dog,
Yeah.
You know what that is?
All that
was
production by
their-
RZA too back then. Shit.
Yo,
Everything was
exactly.
returned. Everything was produced by RZA.
Yep. Ooh.
That man is a composer. He was crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
I be watching the show that they got on Hulu. I finished the season, and it left me wanting more because it's so realistic. Like, I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but certain things that I know are accurate. It's so realistic that I'm like, man, this is like a crazy story, a crazy rise for a hip hop group coming out of one of the boroughs that's never had been known before them.
You know what? And with you mentioning that, funny enough, I was just talking about the show with Henry like a week or two ago, the day of the fight. Shout to Henry.
Hey, Rock? Yeah,
Word is
yeah,
bond, because we was just talking about the show, and I'm trying to like the show, so I'm gonna give it another try on the strength. Me and the convo, and Henry, the convo we had. I'm gonna give the show another try.
What,
but
the Wu-Tang shit?
up until now,
You a sucker. I told you about it.
I disagree with everything everybody's been telling me how dope it is, because I've given it a fair
What
try.
did
I've
he
gotten
say
like up
that-
to episode 4 or 5, and to me it's just like, yo, the RZA character to me, just a prime example. I'm not saying the whole show,
Yeah.
but the RZA character to me is not believable, kid. That Bobby kid, I don't know that he to me makes me believe that that's the RZA back in the day, bro.
Really? You don't think so?
Nah, dog, not at all, bro. And that's the reason why I personally don't care for the show.
Wow. I think it's a great show. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's just me.
I don't know. That's an interesting take. I like the show as well.
Mm.
But yeah, go check it out again. Give it another try.
Yeah.
Word. I will. I should.
Yeah.
I thought the ODB character played it well. I thought the Raekwon character was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
Ghostface was pretty dope.
Ghostface was
Yeah, everybody was
Davies
good.
Was okay.
Everybody, I think, played it. I think the guy that they got to play Divine looks exactly like Divine.
Yeah.
Sounds like him.
He's
Yeah,
a dope
sounds-
actor and everything. I think he got it off, yo. They got it off.
Yeah.
I think they got it off. The casting got it off.
Yeah. But
Casting
go
director.
back and tell
Met
us
the
what
Man.
you think after you.
Yeah, Method Man, Davies is Method Man. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. You'll
Yeah, I
like
have
it.
to check
Alright.
it again.
So
No doubt.
Wu-Tang Forever, we all agree. I believe
Yes.
that would have
Yo,
appeared
real
on
quick.
everybody's list.
Favorite track from Wu-Tang Forever?
Is Inspector Deck being played by Joey Badass or am I bugging?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Joey Badass, right?
Yeah.
Bet.
Yes.
But being played in what? Negative way?
In that show.
He's trying to
Nah,
sound
nah,
like.
nah.
No,
Joey Badass is
that's
the
the guy
actor.
that plays him, the
Oh,
character.
It's his role, it's his role. Yeah, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo, I had to check that, like, because I'm not up on the new music, fellas, except for, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to check that, like,
That was
what?
a good one.
Joey Badass is a
That's
dope
funny.
New York rapper, a BK rapper. He's
a
pretty
young cat.
dope. He's underground, yeah.
Right, I've heard he's a badass, but I've heard of the kid. But, yeah.
Terrible. Let's move on.
Oh, man, stop it. Oh, man. All right, who went? That was Mookie,
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Forever.
Yeah.
All right.
Guy spreading coronavirus over here.
We smoking that Corona bud.
Pass that shit.
Past that.
Coronita.
Coronitas. So I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna keep it on the left because I know nobody really is gonna pick this album. So I'm gonna go with ATLians.
Oof.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazily enough, it made my list.
Did it really?
We're in full agreement.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
You sure that's not there? first album or third album?
Nah. Cadillac playlistic music, some shit like that is the first song.
That's their first shit, and this is their second album. So this is by far one of their best albums. It has great, like I said, it has a couple commercial hits, but to me, all the other like B cuts, what everybody would consider B cuts, amazing. You know what I'm saying? You have Jazzy Bell, all that shit.
Was that a 5 mic album?
No.
Yes. No. Quemini was.
Quemini was. Yeah. This one was 4.5. Yeah. Quemini was 5.
Yeah. I think although their first videos or their first album did bring them attention,
right?
Definitely, the second album, in my opinion, was the one that took them over the.
It was like the springboard. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, what was the single on that one?
Me and You.
Elevators.
Your mama and your cousin too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a dope track.
Yeah, Outkast was always dope.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, they were always innovative and
some other shit.
Just coming out with different sounds and just dope ill shit.
Exactly.
And was the second album more so when they began producing for themselves, or was it still mainly?
Nah, it was Dungeon Family.
But it was as far as I know, it was always Dungeon Family. Yeah,
it was Dungeon Family. It was Dungeon Family.
Dope pick. And I would agree that it is better than the first album.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely better.
Was that the next album you were going to talk about, Black?
No. Because once again, my list is just.
It would have.
Yeah, but it made my list. But
it would have qualified on your list.
As far as Outkast, it took me years to catch on, and that was all courtesy of my man from Florida, my man Gio, because he would stay telling me, "Yo, Black, listen," and he loved them fools, and I just couldn't get with them. So it was years later that I was like, "Yo, this cat knew what he was talking about all along, bro. Word up."
Yeah, definitely.
You have to get in that state of mind, like being down south and riding.
And listen, but granted, this was at the time I was living in Miami, so he was a Miami cat trying to put me on and telling me, "Yo, Black, listen to this shit," and I just couldn't get with it, yo. Word. Yeah. So but years later, the shit blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. Word up.
Yeah. AT Aliens, man.
Yep.
Y'all go check that out.
Word. Very dope choice.
Black Attack, what you got?
All right. I'm sure this is one, and I put money that made nobody's list, though I'm sure you guys might agree or will agree.
Go ahead.
DMX, Flesh of My Flesh.
Nice.
Ooh, damn, that's a good one.
Wasn't on that.
Oh, it was? Damn, I would owe you money. Good thing you ain't
Oh, damn, we were putting money?
Yeah, I said I put money on it. I would have honestly put money on that. But yo, I just think the album is bananas from beginning to end. I don't skip it. I don't skip, not one skip on that shit.
Remember we had that argument one time on the chat, if there's like, it should have been 5 mics, or if it was better than the first. And everybody got heated and shit.
Yeah.
That shit's a dope album.
Yeah, it's fucking dope, yo. It's a ill follow up to the first. To me, like I said, just to me, a doper follow up, but takes nothing away from the first one. Nothing away.
No, not at all. But still a very dope follow up.
Yes, sir. Yup. And let's put the fact out there. Quick black fact: the brother dropped this second album within a year's time from the first one. No MC had done that prior to. That was big.
Less than that, wasn't it? Like 6 months, something like that.
You know what? I'm sorry, and I don't mean a year's time. I mean within the same year.
Yeah,
granted, it was within the same year. Yeah. Which was fucking like what the fuck?
6 months.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, unheard of. Before.
Exactly, unheard of, yo. So word.
Classic album. Classic album.
Yep.
Very nice. Very good pick.
Although that album was on my list, it was towards the bottom of the list because I've never listen to it like I listened to the first album.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll be honest. I
think I myself have been sleeping on that album more.
I've listened to it. Don't get me wrong. I have, and I've liked it. But it's true. I have listened to the first album way more than that one. And it is a good pick, though. It is a good pick because I remember it being a dope album.
Very solid. Yeah. Very
Agreed upon. Good album.
Black Attack. I didn't. You see, that wasn't even on one of my lists. Not one of them.
I had all these on tape, by the way.
You had all of
Yeah, I had them all on tape.
Those were good times when you had tapes.
Yo, it was crazy. But with Flesh in My Flesh, there's a song on there that I've always told myself, and I won't even mention the name, but it's a song that I would dedicate to all y'all the day I'm no longer here. I put it like that.
Gig it up.
Yep. And like y'all would hear it and be like, oh shit, yo, word. Word.
No more get high.
Yeah, none of that shit. But anyway, go ahead first. Go ahead.
Go listen to that album.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Slipping.
Nah, not even. It wasn't slipping. Nope.
Nah.
I would hope not.
I was hoping so.
Knock on wood. Nah,
I was hoping so.
Nah,
I was hoping so.
Nah.
No more get high. You know, I was watching. You ever seen the movie with him and David Arquette? It's called Never Die Alone.
Mm-mm.
You ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I was watching that the other day.
Yeah, that shit was on.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
You never seen that shit, Black?
Mm-mm.
Go watch that shit. It's called Never Die Alone with DMX.
You know what? First, I gotta watch Half Baked, and then I watch
that shit was on the other night. I was fucking blazing the other night. That shit was on the other night. That shit was
I gotta
dope.
watch that shit first. Then
those are classic. Well, that's a classic.
Mm.
The other one was pretty dope. DMX is a scumbag in that movie.
That shit is dope though. That movie is fucking.
That
And
nigga
you know what?
DMX
And it
is
got
a
poor
fucking
ratings. It really did
scumbag.
get poor ratings. It was kind of like poorly acted by the other actors, but of course DMX is playing himself. You know what I'm saying?
It
So-
was the concept was a little cheesy, but it's just like one of those movies. Like I don't know, man. It was a dope hook.
It got deadpan, yo. That movie got deadpan.
That shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that shit was alright though. You should go watch. You should go watch it.
Mm.
You'll enjoy it.
It
No
did
doubt.
get shitty reviews.
Reviews, yeah, it did. It
But
did.
that was a dope.
I thought it was. I thought it was okay. I thought it was
said David
terrible.
Arquette's a fucking Doug.
I didn't even really. Yeah, like he wasn't to me. To me, he wasn't the focal point of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
My man Dewey.
Yeah, he just come on too much.
That's my man Dewey from Scream.
Dude.
yeah, man.
Sick.
Shit.
All right, so
All right,
you went with Flesh.
Yeah, if you go Flesh with My Flesh.
Yeah.
That was one of his singles.
Yo, you remember they used to play that shit in Baja?
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that shit.
That wasn't
The Way I Am.
Yeah, you remember that
Word?
shit? Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
remember
Not
that
at
shit?
Baja.
Yeah,
I remember
dude.
that. I remember that.
That's one of my favorite songs. That's one of my favorite Eminem songs.
That
man.
shit is dope. That shit is dope.
Yeah, when I'm like zoning out, I put that shit on and it gets me like into like a wild zone. It's one of those songs.
That shit also had Stan, which I thought was incredible with the Dido sample.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stan was
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Dope.
And the way the fucking you hear the writing in the background.
Yep. Yo, the whole track was just fucking. Oh
That shit
man.
is dope. That
Yeah,
shit is
dope album. Dope album, son.
Yeah.
You remember who produced it?
What? 45.
Yep.
45 King. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
45 King.
Yep.
That's a good album.
Yeah, man.
Good song.
Very
Good
dope.
song. Dildo.
That might be. What the fuck?
Pause.
I don't know what this fool talking about, but that
Y'all
Fuck
missed
you
it.
talking about?
Y'all missed it.
I think that might be M's best album.
Really? The
Nah.
Marshall Mathers LP?
Nah, we'll discuss that at a different at another episode. But yeah, I debate that. Kid.
Yeah, that one's up for debate. That's a good one, I think, because I don't know if I would go with that album.
Yeah.
If I actually play that album more than another album.
Right,
The Slim
right.
Shady
Likewise.
LP?
Huh?
No, Marshall Mathers. He's saying that is.
No, but I'm saying, what you talking about, Harv? You would play it more than the Slim Shady LP?
Nah, the Eminem
Just
show.
in general, Eminem show
Oh,
is
the
the one.
Eminem Show?
That's the one,
That's
bro.
the-
That
shit's
is the
great.
one, bro.
That's a great album.
Hell yeah, kid.
Oh yeah. that's
Hell
a good
yeah.
album.
Yeah.
From beginning
Yeah?
to end, that's the
Yeah.
one. That's the
Yeah.
one. Yep.
It's a good album. Yeah,
It's a
good
great album. It's a
Yeah,
great album.
Yeah, he
I
went
don't know-
bananas
I
on
don't
that
know
one.
if it's. Yeah, actually, I think that's my
That's-
favorite. Eminem
Yeah,
album.
that one to me still has the
Yeah.
most replayability.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so you said
Marshall
Mathers.
Mathers.
That was a good pick.
Uh,
That was actually on one of my lists.
Yep,
Good
that
shit.
was on my list.
Very good.
That was a big album for that
Okay.
time
Mhm.
and that artist.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Mook, hit me with your next pick.
All right. So we went through my top 5. So the rest are gonna be just honorable mentions. Tupac, strictly for my name. Tupac Sophomore.
Maybe something like that, where it's not a whack album and you appreciate it later.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not his best work.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, because to me, the singles alone are what do it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I Get Around and Keep Your Head Up. Like, those were his biggest singles, I think.
Yeah, I Get Around is
Probably,
one of my
you know?
favorite songs ever.
For real.
Oh,
that shit is
man.
crazy.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great song. The shit he's got
so-
with Ice-T and Ice Cube. What the fuck
Yeah.
is it called? Last Words or whatever. That
Yep.
shit is dope. That shit is dope.
And like I said,
I have
it's
that
in
album,
my
actually.
it's in my honorable mention.
Nice.
It was not my top, but
It
I
was on your
just I
list?
think
Huh?
it's
It
one
wa-
of
it was
those
on your list?
Yeah.
Tupac, no.
my nigga.
Okay.
No.
Right.
uh,
Go ahead, my nigga.
yeah. So I think the singles alone propelled him. So it's one of those albums that I don't know. It's fucking. It had to be made. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Just like in my lifetime, like you know what I'm saying, for Jay-Z to do $1 million and
Yeah, it's like
Spread the fall.
the like the bridge between the greatness of the first and the third.
Right.
yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Tupac makes the cut. All right,
Facts.
BS.
Let's see.
We gotta move it along.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with Low End Theory.
Low End Theory does
Oh,
totally.
man.
Yeah, man. Low End Theory was a fucking monumental LP in my opinion. It had Check the Rhyme, Jazz We Got. It had Bugging Out, Scenario, which launched a career.
Scenario.
Which launched a career of Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one of those that I think exceeded the first album's.
Yeah, by far,
Success and expectations.
By far.
But I think that one might even fall to something like the Mobb Deep category, in my opinion, where the first album I hadn't really even heard of it.
It's a good album too. I don't
Although
fuck with,
the first album,
I don't front on it.
Was El Segundo on the first album?
Yeah.
Okay.
I left my wallet.
So I had
El Segundo.
that was the only thing I knew of that album.
Right.
Was El Segundo, and I didn't even know it was in like. For some reason, I don't think I don't recall being aware of like, the song
Tribe Called
having to
Quest?
be attached to an album.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Right,
thought it was
right,
just like a song.
Yeah,
I didn't
like
know
a
that
single
there was
and
an
shit.
album, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
I
when
think
they-
Bonita Applebum was on the first one too.
Exactly.
Right?
Bonita Applebum was on the first one. The other one, the one with the fucking the fuck is it called?
Alright,
Alright,
yeah.
anyway.
So moving forward.
Moving forward.
All right.
Low End Theory. Great album. Like I said, Bugging Out, Scenario, Jazz We've Got.
Yeah, I
Check
think
the Rhyme.
that's another one of those albums that falls into just one of the best hip hop albums ever made.
Yep.
Yeah.
By far.
Beyond just Sophomore. lists.
Yeah.
All right, Brother Black.
Dr. Dre 2001, The Chronic 2001.
Oh, nice pick. I had
Okay,
that on my list.
so I'm glad you bring this up.
I'm also glad because I had scratched it off my list earlier, and I think it might be for the same reason that Mook is
Probably
gonna
for the
talk
same
about.
reason, yes, sir.
What's that?
You think is his third album, right, Bundy?
Yeah, I think 2001 might be considered
No,
the third
and
album.
the reason
Really?
why it's
But I
not,
could be
guys,
wrong.
No, you are
Really?
wrong, and so are you in Tampa. But the reason why both of you are wrong is because the other was a collaborative project where he brought MCs and artists together. So
Oh, you
it doesn't
talking
count
about
as an album.
NWA?
But he
No,
does
no,
that
no,
on
no,
all
no.
his albums.
No,
Oh, that other
but
shit,
it wasn't mentioned. It was the
World
Aftermath
Class Wrecking
Presents.
Crew.
It was the Aftermath Presents.
No,
it was the Aftermath Presents.
Presents.
So
yeah.
it wasn't technically a Dre album, you dig? So therefore, this does fall as a second album, and I'm right.
What
So
about
yo,
the
Dr.
Compton
Dre,
shit?
The Chronic
That as a
2001,
solo joint.
huh?
What about the Compton
I
shit?
could have sworn he dropped that as a solo joint.
Yeah, Dr. Dre 2001, he did, but the Aftermath
No, I'm
Presents,
talking
nah.
about the aftermath. The aftermath.
Nah,
I could've
brother.
sworn that he dropped that as a solo.
Yeah, I think that's that was also where my confusion lied. I don't know if that's considered a Dre solo album. I scratched 2001 off my list because I thought that Aftermath Presents shits might be considered a
You see, I didn't even consider it.
an album, a Dre album.
Right, I did.
But I mean, if you go online, it's not considered that. Trust me.
It just says Aftermath Presents.
Right. It was him. It was the startup of the label for one. So it was just him
Did he
trying to bring
produce
out the
every
talent. That I couldn't tell you. Yeah, that I wouldn't.
You know, most likely. He
But
had-
what you're saying that he just brings other rappers, that is what he did on the Chronic and on the Chronic 2000.
Right, but
Exactly,
but it's not a collaborative album in the sense of Dr. Dre presents, the Aftermath presents, or it was just a Dre album. Period. You dig? So therefore, that's why this one falls in that category. But
Because
2001
it had solo songs from other artists, right? Because I remember
What do you mean?
Eve had, the Aftermath Presents.
Uh-huh.
Dre wasn't. Well, Dre's not on every song on his album, is he?
Mm-hmm.
He is, right?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, you're talking about 2001?
On the Aftermath Presents.
He was
I
not,
think
right.
he wasn't on every
right.
song.
He was
I remember there
letting
being
other-
No, yeah.
an Eve solo song.
And even on
artists
2001, he wasn't on every song.
He was.
No, I don't think so.
What song wasn't he on?
Was he on Explosive?
Of course. He produced it.
I know he.
But
There was one that Hitman had by himself.
yeah, but that was like a little skit or snippet or some shit. No, not even. You know what? You're right. But that was because it was just him trying to bring the MC out though. But 2001 was definitely, in my opinion, better than the Chronic, the first one.
You know what
for
it
sure.
is?
If you count that as the second album, for sure, that's both.
Top
Correct.
album
Right.
of hip hop history.
Right. The sound expanded. And,
One of the tops. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know.
I'm looking at it now, and the way I remember it, that's why I remember it as being second album, is actually called Dr. Dre Presents the Aftermath.
Right.
So, it says compilation album. You're absolutely right. But, his big single was him by himself. Been There, Done That. I remember
Right.
that. And then East Coast Killers, West Coast Killers. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it's not his second album, quote unquote.
Right.
That's
what I was saying all along. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 2001, guys. If y'all haven't heard it, check for that.
Yeah, that's a good pick, bro. I would have picked that also, but I was waiting for someone to pick it so we could have that discussion because I thought the same as Mook earlier. But if you're not going to consider the compilation of Dre album, then yes, this is a far better album to the first album.
Yeah.
And this is just a classic album. That time frame and that period in hip hop, kind of like a resurgence of big records from
West Coast artists.
90s artists. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like this was into the new millennium or
Yeah,
whatever.
was,
yeah, it was. This was
And,
summer of 2000.
Yeah, Dre just took that sound that he already had and he just made it like what stood out was the clarity of it and just how fucking I don't know that
polished but still gritty. How it just sounded fucking immaculate, but
Right.
it still had a grittiness to it.
The beats, the rhymes, the features, everything was
Yeah.
just on point, man.
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Everything.
It was his.
But he was like
it was his
Khaled,
life
bro.
after
He
death,
he does
you know
what
what I'm
Khaled
saying?
does, but I think on an even greater level
Yeah,
because
just
he
that
was
he-
able to put
Yeah,
the
but-
music and orchestration
And he
together.
raps. Khaled don't rap.
Yeah, but
Khaled
still.
to me is just
Khaled
whatever.
don't even produce.
Yeah, we
At
won't
least
even get
Dr.
into
Dre
all that.
pretends to produce.
Right,
All right,
and raps at least.
all right.
Whatever.
So 2001,
Yes, yep.
good pick.
2001, that's a good pick. I would have
Yeah.
also chosen that eventually.
Word up.
Dr. Dre. He's still
Dr.
I don't know.
Dre.
He's still. I still think he's overrated because I think he takes a lot of credit for beats
For
he
stuff
don't
he
produce,
doesn't do?
But I can't prove that.
Because
so
of Puffy.
he's puffy-ish, but at least Puffy admits to it. All right, cool. I'm gonna go with J. Cole's "Born Sinner." I don't know if y'all have.
That's his second album.
Yeah.
Really? I could have sworn that's like his third, fourth album. Yeah, cause didn't he have like the warm up story and the fucking the come up or some shit like that?
Those
Were those mixtapes?
Yeah.
Those were mixtapes.
Those are mixtapes for real.
Yeah, his first album was Sideline Story,
Okay, yeah.
and then Born Sinner was the second album.
Okay, so all right, I would have put that in my thing, but I didn't think it was the second album. But that's a good pick though. That's an actually very good album.
Yeah,
That's
Cole,
a very good album.
I think definitely from what he had to do on his first album, like searching for those hits, and
Yeah,
just the first album, I guess, first album artist jitters, and some of the songs that he selected, and his first album was too long, and just I don't know. I feel like on the second album he didn't make the same mistakes. He trimmed it down.
yeah.
The sound was more cohesive. He eliminated all these attempts to be on the radio, and it ended up on the radio regardless.
Anyway, yeah.
And I think that was actually the when J. Cole broke out of whatever the label was trying to make him seem like or portray. Yeah, he was like, "Fuck that," and he made Born Sinner, and that's just an ill album, and it's a lot like
That was an ill album. He produced the whole thing, right?
yeah, and it although it has its singles and it's like it has a song with TLC and shit, you know. It does have its whatevers, but if you listen to that song, like it's not corny, you know.
Yeah, what he's saying.
Yeah,
the
what
message
he's talking
saying,
about and
yeah.
shit, and the way he's saying it, and he's kind of shitting on
Yeah,
himself.
you're talking
and
about
shit.
Crooked Smile.
Yeah, and he's and you know everything was honest. And I
Yeah,
like J. Cole.
No, I was definitely checking for J. Cole more so after he dropped that album, because a lot of people were
He
up
had
on
the
him,
song
and
with
it's
50
funny
on
'cause
it and shit, which is a hilarious collaboration.
I used to compare him to a Drake, and I used to say that Drake was better than J. Cole, but then it kind of flip flopped when I found out that he has ghostwriters, that Drake has ghostwriters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, J. Cole definitely ill brother, ill young brother, man.
Yeah, Born Sinner.
that's a good one. All right, so I'll put that in there in my list. But
Nice.
I wish I could give my input, but I haven't checked it yet. So,
Check,
but
that's
I'm
another
interested
one.
to. Yeah,
That's
I'm
another one.
interested to check.
Go
that.
check it out.
Word
Are
up.
you a Cole fan?
You know what? Based off the singles, granted, just the singles I've heard, his features.
that's
So,
the
I
one
would
with
check it.
I Let Nas Down.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the remix, You Didn't Let Nas Down. That shit was
Right.
dope.
Okay.
Yeah, with Nas.
With Nas the
With
Gods,
Nas the God,
you get the
right.
cosign, the cosign from Nas. Psst, come on, babe.
Yeah, J. Cole nasty.
Yeah, he'll be.
You wanna
You should
do,
go check that out.
I should.
You want to do one more round and then we do some honorable mentions?
Well,
I
we got
believe-
one more left.
Yeah, we got one more left for the rest of
Exactly,
us.
that-
Right.
for the
'cause
rest
you
of
just
us.
did.
All right.
Or go ahead.
I
Now
got
it's your
one
turn.
more. You got one more. All right, let's go. Come on.
Wait, one more?
I'm
I
gonna
thought
go
we had
one
two.
We're at
more.
4.
I already got 4. Yeah, I
Yeah, we're
got
at
4
4.
already.
I'm gonna go one more.
You still got to do your
again,
number 4 and 5.
For real?
Well,
Yeah. Damn,
you know, because he crossed them off his list is what it was.
Well, whose turn is it right now?
Hold on.
His turn.
So it's
No,
me.
hold up.
You-
Who
no,
just
he
chose
just
J.
did
Cole?
Born Sinner. What you talking
Oh,
about?
I
It's
just
my
chose.
turn.
Yeah, Burns
did
just
you?
chose J. Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's
Oh, so I got
Fernando.
2
Yeah,
left.
yeah, he did.
You got one more because now we're starting over. We're at number 5 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
You
is the
just did
last
number
round.
4.
Yeah.
Now we're at number 5.
Exactly.
Damn, so I forgot one of my picks.
Damn, nah, you picked.
No, you crossed it out. You crossed it out.
Yeah, you chose Yeah Baby, Marshall Mathers.
Did you put Big on there? No.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah Baby, Marshall Mathers,
J. Cole,
and
Born Sinner.
Born Sinner.
And then one you crossed out.
And which other one did you pick?
Oh, Kanye.
Oh, Kanye, Late Registration. That's right.
Registration.
Okay,
My bad,
there you go. So you good now?
Yeah, my bad.
You straight?
Yeah,
You alright, bye? Alright.
we good.
Pull your big point pants up.
Yeah. All right, so here we
check
go,
it out.
Mookie.
Check it out. The last one on my pick, again, my top 5, a lot those got mentioned, like it was Life After Death and Yeah Baby was in there, but this is one of the most slept on rappers of all time as a rapper. So I don't think people respect him as a rapper, but when he was coming up, this nigga name was ringing bells, and this fucking album was crack when it dropped. It had so many singles, it's not even funny. When Disaster Strikes by Busta Rhymes.
Oh, that's actually one of my picks on my list. Yo.
Damn, that did not make my list, but yo, you're
Yeah,
right.
you got that off. Yeah. That's actually
right
there. When Disaster.
Yo, just
You're
off,
right.
check it out. So Hardcore, Get High Tonight. He had Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See.
Yup, that's a smash right there.
Woo-ha.
He had
No, that was on the first album.
Oh, was it?
that was on the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rhymes Galore.
Yeah, the shit with Janet
And
Jackson.
Dangerous.
Didn't he have the shit with
And
Janet Jackson on there?
Dangerous. No, he had one with Erykah Badu. I think the one with Janet Jackson was on
On the
Yeah,
third album?
Extinction Level Event.
On Extension Level. Yeah. All right.
But and he also had Dangerous. Remember that?
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. Exactly.
Dope pick.
Yo,
that was a good pick.
this
That was on my
nigga-
shits. Yeah, you got that off.
Yo, I've
Yeah.
never listened to a Busta Rhymes album.
Word?
Word.
You
That's
need
foul
to.
because
This
he's
one
dope.
You need to.
He's dope.
The second and
yeah,
the
you
third
would
albums,
go
you
back.
need to.
He's great at selecting beats.
Yes.
He knows how to pick good music.
He always had a dope
His
producer.
first 3 albums were fucking raw.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
Then the
yeah.
compilation.
You've never heard the
album,
first
him
album,
and
Burns?
Flipmode Squad,
No, I've never listened to his.
He's
first,
got Q-Tip,
I've never listened
Q-Tip
to his
production on there.
albums.
DJ
Yeah.
Scratch.
DJ
And the-
Scratch. That was his
Yeah,
in-house
DJ
producer.
Scratch.
Yeah,
Killed
exactly.
him. Yup,
I'm gonna
killed
have
him.
to go back and listen.
You should. The second and the third album, you have to, bro. Oof.
Yeah.
You're
What
like,
about the first album?
Even the
The
first
first album was
dope.
sick too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first album. Yeah,
First
like I
album
said,
was
the
dope.
first album.
The
was dope
first
to me.
three,
was
the
dope.
first
Yep.
3 albums are crazy.
you'll like him.
And then the Flipmode Squad album, that shit was hard too, bro.
That's too
Remember,
much,
I
that's
used to
too
listen to that shit heavy.
All right, good pick. Damn, that had the Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big album then.
Big, yeah.
That was a big
That
ass
was a
album.
big single.
I'm gonna go back to that. All right,
He probably still making money off that shit.
Brother Hov. What you got?
All right, last pick. Here we go, man.
Oh, I know where your pick is.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let's see if he gets it right. Go ahead.
The Cool.
That's a good one. I was actually gonna go with that.
Is not The Cool?
I don't know. I'm debating, man.
Yes.
Nah, but you're right. I'm gonna go. You know what I'm
A
saying?
million.
I just
Yeah,
One question.
A Million and One Questions was one of the greatest intros of all time and shit.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
funny. I didn't know that was Aaliyah's voice.